Is it possible to enjoy ice cream without getting brain freeze? Well, today we're going to take an in-depth look at the science behind this painful condition, including what it is, why it happens, and how you can stop it in its tracks. So grab a spoon, sit back, and get ready to learn everything you need to know about this delicious, yet sometimes painful phenomena. To understand brain freeze, we first need to break down some key terms. What exactly is brain freeze? Well, medically speaking, it's also known as phenylpalatine ganglioneuralgia, and it occurs when you consume something really cold, like ice cream, very quickly. This sudden change in temperature causes the blood vessels in the roof of your mouth, called the palate, to constrict or shrink. When these blood vessels quickly enlarge again, it triggers a nerve impulse that travels along the trigeminal nerve to your brain, which then interprets this as a painful stimulus, giving you that sudden, sharp headache we all know and love. But what exactly causes this reaction? Well, it all boils down to one thing: your body's natural response to extreme temperatures. See, your brain is a super sensitive organ that needs to be kept at a constant temperature of around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius in order to function properly. When it detects a sudden change in temperature, it triggers a series of reactions to bring your body back to normal. In the case of consuming something extremely cold, your body will constrict the blood vessels in your mouth and throat to reduce the amount of cold air entering your body. When these blood vessels quickly dilate again, it can trigger a nerve impulse that your brain interprets as painful. And voila, you've got brain freeze. But wait a minute. If the real problem is the dilation of the blood vessels, why do we get a headache in our head? Well, it turns out that the nerves in your face and neck are closely linked to your trigeminal nerve, which carries sensory information from your face to your brain. So when your blood vessels dilate and send signals to your trigeminal nerve, your brain interprets them as painful stimuli in your head. In other words, your brain is just getting caught in the crossfire of your body's attempt to regulate your temperature. But why does this happen to some people and not others? Well, it turns out that some people are just more susceptible to brain freeze than others. Research suggests that people who experience frequent or severe headaches are more likely to get brain freeze. Additionally, those with certain medical conditions such as migraines or cluster headaches may also be more susceptible to this phenomenon. Interestingly, a recent study found that only about 30% of people experience brain freeze at all, while the remaining 70% seem to be immune to this icy headache. Scientists are still trying to figure out why some people are more prone to brain freeze than others. But it's believed that genetics and previous headache history may play a role. Another interesting question is, why does ice cream cause brain freeze and not other foods that are just as cold? Well, it all boils down to how quickly you eat the food. For example, ice cream is often eaten quickly because it melts so fast. On the other hand, sorbet, which is also very cold, is typically eaten more slowly since it doesn't melt as quickly. So, while sorbet may give you a slight cooling sensation, it's unlikely to trigger brain freeze unless you eat it really fast. So, how can you tell if you have brain freeze, or if it's something more serious? Well, fortunately, brain freeze is usually harmless and goes away on its own within a few seconds to a minute or two. However, if you experience a severe headache that persists for hours or is accompanied by other symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, or blurred vision, you should seek medical attention immediately, as it could be a sign of something more serious. Now that we've covered the basics of brain freeze, let's move on to some ways you can prevent it from happening to you. First and foremost, slow down when you eat. Take your time to enjoy the flavor and texture of the ice cream instead of scarfing it down in one sitting. Eating slowly will give your body time to adjust to the cold temperature and prevent sudden blood vessel constriction. Another helpful tip is to press your tongue against the roof of your mouth after taking a scoop of ice cream. This helps warm the ice cream slightly and prevents it from hitting the roof of your mouth directly, reducing the risk of brain freeze. You can also try drinking a warm beverage, such as hot chocolate or tea, in between scoops of ice cream to help raise the temperature in your mouth and prevent the drastic temperature changes that trigger brain freeze. But what if you're already experiencing brain freeze? No need to panic. While there's no guaranteed way to stop brain freeze once it starts, you can try a few things to alleviate the pain. First, take a break from eating ice cream and allow the pain to subside. Brain freeze typically only lasts for about 20 to 30 seconds, so it's worth waiting it out if you can. You can also try pressing your forehead with a cold compress, such as a cold wash rag, to help reduce inflammation and alleviate the pain. As for the age-old question of whether you should swallow or spit out the ice cream when you get brain freeze, the answer is it doesn't really matter. Some people say that swallowing the ice cream helps to clear the cold temperature from their mouth faster, while others prefer to spit it out to avoid further irritation. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide what feels best. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room, or should I say freezer. What's the best ice cream flavor for preventing brain freeze? Well, it turns out that the temperature of the ice cream may play a role in how likely you are to experience brain freeze. Since the colder the ice cream, the more likely you are to get that dreaded headache. So try opting for a slightly warmer option such as gelato, which is typically served at a higher temperature than ice cream, or soft serve, which is known for its smooth and creamy texture that won't hit your mouth quite as hard scooped ice cream. In the end, the best way to prevent brain freeze is to listen to your body and take it easy when enjoying your favorite cold treats. So the next time you're indulging in a scoop of ice cream, take your time, savor the moment, and be prepared to slow down if you start feeling that icy headache creep up on you. Speaking of slowing down, let's take a moment to appreciate the amazing process of ice cream making. From churning the mixture to freezing it to perfection, each step is crucial in creating that delicious treat we all know and love. It's a fascinating process that involves science, art, and a whole lot of deliciousness. So the next time you enjoy a scoop of ice cream, take a moment to appreciate not only the amazing taste, but also the intricate process that went into making it. Well, folks, we've made it to the end of our deep dive into the wacky world of brain freeze. From the science of cold sensitivity to the simple tricks you can use to prevent and alleviate this icy headache, we've covered a lot of ground. But one question remains: what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Is it chocolate, vanilla, or something more adventurous like durian or lavender? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and learned something new. We love bringing you fascinating insights about the world around us, and your feedback helps us do that better. Plus, subscribing to our channel means you'll never miss out on our latest videos. Whether it's delving into the mysteries of the human body or exploring the quirks of everyday life, we've got something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button and join our community of curious learners today. And finally, here's a fun fact to blow your mind. Did you know that in Finland, a minimum of 19 megabits per second internet speed is a fundamental human right? That's faster than many countries with larger budgets and infrastructure. Go figure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep enjoying your ice cream. Just maybe go for the chocolate chip cookie dough instead of the mint chocolate. After all, who can resist that delightful combo? That's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through the world of ice cream and brain freeze. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more fun and educational content. Until next time, stay cool.